Welcome back. Today we will be focusing on how to create a Jamboard and to integrate it within our lesson. All right, while we are teaching in our class, how we use Jamboard to integrate within our classroom. All right, my name is Shanika Burrell and we will be starting right now. Now, first, I am already within my Google Classroom. Now, I would be clicking on the waffle symbol, which is the Google Apps. You will see the Google Apps there. When I click on it, I can go straight to the different apps that Google offers, and this is one that we are going to be exploring, which is called Jamboard. Okay, now you click on it. Now it is loading. After it loads, then you will see the Jamboard application opens. Notice it says loading your Jam files. Okay, so I already have a Jamboard file that I did to incorporate in my lesson for my class. Okay, so I'm going to be just opening it for you to see what it looks like. Okay, so this was an activity that I gave my students to do. Now it says identify the inputs and state their uses. All right, so Jamboard is an interactive board, right, that you can use within your lessons. While you're teaching your class, you can go on Jamboard and, show students like an image or something that you hope to achieve in the class. You can state your objectives on it. You can ask students to write on the board, and stuff like that, okay? And whatever activity you give, you can also let them interact with it. As I have my activity here where they would have to identify the different input devices, okay? Now, I'm just going to let you be familiar with the different settings or features of the Jamboard. Now, at the top here, this is where you can add save your work. So you will type a name. So my activity name is input devices activity, right? And once you type it right there, the name of your file, then it will automatically save to your Google Drive. All right. Now you have background. You can set background. You can change the background of your document. So say I wanted to change my background to this. So notice it appears. If I want to change it to the blue, it will appear. Okay, I like that one. Okay, you can clear the frame if you want. Okay, at the top here you can also expand your frame bar. Okay, so you can click and go to another page. So if, for example, for my demonstration, I'll be showing you how you actually incorporate an activity with using the Jamboard. All right, now let me go back to the first one. Okay, so over on the left here, you would see a pen, right? And this pen will allow you to, you and your students to be able to write on the board, okay? And you can choose the type that you like, whether the pen, whether you want a marker, a highlighter, or a brush, all right? Depending on what you hope to achieve. And you have the different colors, the black, the blue, the green, yellow, white, and red. And you can choose from them. All right, this is the eraser. where you can actually erase whatever you don't want in the on the board. Same like how you normally would use the regular whiteboard to do, like to write on and to erase, is the same way this board function. It's just that it's electronic. All right, this is the selector arrow. This is the arrow that you can use to select, you know, you can use it to select whatever you want. Okay, and this is the sticky note, and I love this feature. It allows you to write. So if, for example, you choose some students, you know, they can write. Say you ask them, because it says state their uses. So say they say, all right, the mouse, they say they identify the mouse, and they're going to state the use is used to move around the page. All right, see, that's the use. All right, and then you click save. All right, now notice you have different colors for the sticky note, so you can have someone else writing another, you know, use of the keyboard, sorry, the input device. Okay, and you can drag it and put it to where you want it. Say you want to put it exactly where the mouse is, then you put it exactly there. Okay, all right, and you can also make it a bit smaller. Okay, you can edit it by clicking on the three dots. You edit it, you can duplicate, you can delete, and you can order it. Okay, so you're moving back and forward, or send it backwards, send it forward, etc. You can also insert an image. Okay, and I will show you how you do that. So let me go to canvas 2, my canvas 2, second whiteboard, my frame, right? And then I'm going to be inserting. Say I wanted to insert an image of the output devices. Say we are moving on to, right? So and choose to browse, or I can use a URL and copy a URL and paste it. I can use the camera, I can search, right? Or I can find it in my Google Photos or my Google Drive. Okay, but I'm going to search. So I'm going to click search. So when you click search, you type in what you want, and you can actually see the different output devices. Okay, so say let me see if I can find. Right, let me just, okay, so the printer. Okay, so let me click on that. When I click on it, okay, click insert, and that printer will come up right here. Okay, and you can use the text box, and you can label it, right? Or right, you can label it. Let me bring it up. So you see, you can move even the text box, and click edit, and you type output devices. All right, so we're gonna make it bigger, right? And you can color the text if you want. You know, you can color the text, so it will be blue or green or red, whichever. Right, you can align it to the center. Okay, and so I'm going to name. So say I want a sticky note to name this device. So I'm naming it printer, because it is a printer. Alright, and then I click save. So I'm going to now just put it right there to say that this is the printer. Okay. Also, you can also add another type of output, right? So say you wanted to add another type, which is, let me just type it, modem, and modem should come up. So say I want this type of modem. Let's see the one that I have. All right, let's click on the first one. Okay. So the modem, and I insert, just for them to see, you know, what it looks like. Notice it looks cut off because it needs to be smaller. I can, you know, make this a bit smaller, and then notice it comes up. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up some more, and this I'll move it up. All right, and then I can move this up too. Okay, great. All right, then I'm going to use my sticky note again, and I'm going to use a different color for the modem, and I'm going to type modem. Right, so the students can do this. They can label it. All right, and you can put it right there, modem, and you can adjust it. Okay. All right, you can go to another canvas if you want, another frame if you want, right? And you can draw shapes, right? So say we are doing an activity where we have to draw some shapes, right? So you can let the students draw shapes, right? And they can actually, after they draw the shape, then you are not able to write within the shape, but you can use a sticky note, or you can use the text box, you know, to do that. So that's all you will be able to write within the shape. So I will say this is a circle, right? So yes, you can write within the shape, but you can't just do it like that. You would have to just select either text box, or you can select the sticky note to label it. All right, so this is a circle. All right, and right, so you can put a color if you wish. You can zoom it, right, so that it may be bigger, right? You can do that as well. All right, you can undo and redo. All right, and this now is a laser. So if I'm demonstrating, I can just say, so this is a circle, right? And say I'm teaching about programming, so the different shapes. So I will say this is a circle, and you can use it to connect. Okay. Use it as a connector. If I want to erase, then I can erase the circle, or erase. Right, just let me zoom it back out so you can actually see. Alright, so let's see. You can choose other shapes as well, right? Like the rectangle, right? And you have other shapes that you can choose from, the triangle. So it depends on what you hope to achieve in the lesson, okay? And that's it. So you have a laser here you can use to show students, like you would ask students, what is this called? Or what is this shape called, right? And so forth. After you're finished, then you can share it. You click on share and share it to your students, and you can copy the link. I hope that you have learned something,